They say your face is your destiny, but in my world, your face is just a biometric code, a key to a vault. My name is Walter Sheldon. For 30 years, I've navigated the dark corridors of estate law, uncovering the secrets wealthy families try to bury with their dead. Welcome to the vault. Take a close look at this image. Two faces, exactly the same. To a mother, they are her sons. To a high-security bank scanner, they appear to be the same person. But to the law, one is a ghost and the other is a predator. This is the case of the Sterling twins, a story of a plane crash, a $40 million inheritance, and a lie so perfect it fooled some of the most advanced technology on Earth. But it couldn't fool a memory, because while you can steal a man's face, you can never steal his childhood. Thomas and Elias Sterling, identical twins. One was a shark, a billionaire developer who built half of Miami's skyline. The other, Elias, lived in the shadows, a man sustained by loans and long-held resentment. They shared DNA, but lived in different universes. In late 2024, a private jet went down in the Everglades. Only one brother crawled out of the wreckage. The world assumed it was Thomas. Why wouldn't they? The man who emerged walked like Thomas, talked like Thomas, and most importantly, his face unlocked Thomas's encrypted phone. But here's the chilling truth. The man who walked out of those woods was Elias. He watched his brother die in the flames. In that moment, he didn't feel grief. He felt opportunity. He swapped their watches, planted Elias's ID on Thomas's body, and let the fire erase the evidence. In the eyes of the world, Elias Sterling had died in the wreckage, and Thomas Sterling was reborn. Elias knew that to claim $40 million, he had to pass the Iron Gate, the Sterling Trust's most advanced biometric security system. It doesn't just scan your face. It maps bone structure, thermal vascular patterns, even subtle micro-expressions. Elias bet everything on the fact that while fingerprints are unique, high-end facial and retinal scanners see monozygotic twins as a 99.9% match. The system could not distinguish them, access granted. The lawyers, blinded by the death certificate and the identical face before them, never questioned it. Elias moved into Thomas's mansion, slept in his bed, and even convinced business partners that his occasional memory lapses were simply post-traumatic stress. He was living the dream, a ghost ruling a kingdom. But a house built on lies has very thin floors, and Elias was about to step on a landmine no machine could detect. Enter Mrs. Gable, 84 years old, nearly blind. She had been the twins' nanny since they wore diapers. She didn't care about facial scans. She didn't trust banks. She remembered the sound of their footsteps, the rhythm of their breath. Elias visited her, playing the devoted son. He brought her favorite chocolates, spoke with Thomas's perfect Ivy League accent. He thought he was invincible, but the old woman was playing a different game. She took his hand, fingers trembling, and said, "Thomas, dear, do you remember the night the old oak tree fell on the garden shed? The night we hid in the basement from the storm and you promised me a house made of glass?" Elias's heart stopped. He had studied every photo, scanned every diary. He searched his mind for the oak tree. He saw a flash of a garden in an old video, and he smiled, patted her hand, and said, I remember, Maria, I still dream about that storm, and you'll get your glass house, I promise. The moment those words left his lips, the trap snapped shut. Because the oak tree never fell. There was no storm, no garden shed. Mrs. Gable had made it all up. It was a psychological tripwire designed to catch a stranger. The real Thomas would have laughed. He would have called her senile, because Thomas was a man of cold, hard facts. But Elias, desperate to be perfect, agreed to a lie. He remembered a childhood that never happened. Mrs. Gable didn't call the bank, she called the police. She said, "The man in my room has Thomas's face, but he has the soul of a thief." Elias Sterling didn't lose his fortune to a hacker. He lost it to a fake memory that never existed. Elias Sterling is currently serving 12 years for identity theft and estate fraud. $40 million wait for him in a trust he will never touch. A man with two faces and now no name. Identity is fragile. Protect yours. Because in the end, it's not DNA that defines you. It's the truth only those who truly know you can see. But as dangerous as a fake brother can be, there is someone far more lethal. Someone who doesn't need to steal your face because they've already stolen your heart. Imagine a 90-year-old widower, alone and wealthy. A caregiver enters his life, becomes his world in just 8 weeks. She didn't just administer medicine, she became a trustee of his fortune. 2 months later, he's gone. His children are left with locked gates and a contested will. In our next investigation, Wife or Predator, the battle for the 90-year-old groom. I'll reveal the 3 red flags of financial abuse every family must know before it's too late. Hit subscribe and ring the bell. Don't let your legacy become a case file in the vault. I'm Walter Sheldon. Stay vigilant and always check the fine print.